Opened to celebrate the American dessert Beyond the Cupcake, Baked is the brainchild of Matt Lewis and Renato, two former ad execs who longed for something sweeter. Their first book, Baked, New Frontiers in Baking, features over 80 of their favorite baking recipes, and even Oprah chose their brownies as one of her favorite things. I can't wait to try one.
My name is Renato. I'm one of the owners of Baked here in Red Hook, Brooklyn. We opened up about 4.5 years ago. We started out as just we're a small bakery cafe. My business partner Matt and I had dreams of opening up a coffee shop and a bakery. That's how Baked was born. I used to be a graphic designer. As much as I loved that job, I had this kind of dream of opening up a coffee shop. I had met Matt actually at an advertising agency a few years back, and he had wanted to open up a bakery. Over the course of a couple of years and some planning, we decided to put our ideas together, and that's how Baked was born. We chose Red Hook simply because we liked the neighborhood. There was a need for a cafe. At the time, the rent, it wasn't as expensive, and you can get a lot of space. And we were a little bit off the radar. You know, Red Hook is a little separated from the rest of Brooklyn, the rest of Manhattan, but that's what's really cool about it, is it doesn't follow all the trends as every other neighborhood in Brooklyn. So we kind of used this neighborhood and Baked as like a baking laboratory where we could test things out before we kind of released it into the public. We put together the book in response to so many customers asking about our recipes. People really took to the way we prepared things, the ingredients we used, and we wanted to share that with everyone. We decided to put the book together, and the response has been great. People really, really love the stuff that we have in the book. We're writing a second book and possibly a third. Oprah magazine mentioned us twice. They had given our brownies the recognition of one of her favorite things. This past Valentine's Day, we were in her February issue, and she featured us and the bakery, and we did a bunch of different recipes specifically for Oprah. We love Jacques Torres. Jacques Torres wrote an intro for our book, as well as Martha Stewart. We do use his chocolate, we use his hot cocoa. He's a great guy to work with, and his chocolate is phenomenal, so why not? We opened up in Charleston just because, we do love South Carolina, and it's just a beautiful city to be in. We felt that there was a need for our business in Charleston and that we would be well received there, and we were. We stick to the classic American dessert scheme. Well, our brownies are really popular. One of our most popular items is our sweet and salty cake. And it is something we made actually on the Martha Stewart show. We have a sweet and salty brownie because people can't get enough of that combination. We are a full-scale cafe, so we do have great breakfast items. We have great coffee from Stumptown, pastries, croissants, muffins, scones. We have a great lunch menu of sandwiches and things of that sort. And then we have all of your desserts as well, all of it. And, great coffee, tea, and lots of other things as well.
From his book, Baked,
yes.
New Frontiers in Baking. Tell us what we're going to make today.
Today we're going to make something really easy. It's a banana chocolate espresso muffin. You've got your fruits, you've got chocolate, you've got coffee in it. It's like a power bar. So basically it's a really easy recipe. First we're going to mix our wet ingredients. Here we have some bananas, we've got some butter, we have an egg, we have some milk, and we have our sugars. We have a brown sugar and a regular sugar. I'm gonna have you combine all this stuff.
So I just put the banana, I put the butter.
Yep, now you're putting the sugars. You have there's two sugars in here.
Brown sugar and regular sugar.
Yep.
And now I break the egg.
You break the egg right into there. Make sure not to get any shell in there. Perfection. Look at that.
Put this here.
Yep.
And then I pour the egg in.
Right?
Oh, the milk.
Right there. Pour that in. So now you have your wet. So now you have that whisk right there. What you're gonna do is just whisk all that together. So that's combined. So now you're mixing this, and I'll have you mix that, and I'll put the dry ingredients together for you.
Okay.
So in this bowl, I have some just regular all-purpose flour, and I have some espresso here. I've also got a little bit of salt and a little bit of baking soda in here.
Okay.
So put that in there, and I'm just gonna whisk this together.
This is very easy.
Oh gosh, it's so easy. Oh, and the smell, you'll see that smell. So now I'm just making a well in the flour, and what you want to do is just pour the mixture right into that. So So here you go, that's everything. So now you see that little rubber spatula you have there. You're gonna start mixing all this together.
Okay.
And you wanna be relatively gentle with it, and once that's almost incorporated, we'll incorporate the chips. Well, here are the chips. A little tip for chocolate is whenever you have chocolate in a recipe, you really wanna use the best quality chocolate you can find. All right, so now that this is all mixed, expertly done, I might add, we're gonna spray a pan and basically just drop our muffins in, and we're done. So, watch out there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a scoop. This will give you even portions, so all your muffins turn out to be relatively the same size.
Very smart.
Yes.
You only needed 3 utensils.
Yeah, only 3. And you can see only really technically 2 bowls. So now everything's in, we're ready to go.
Okay, so what are the final steps?
Final steps is oven.
Right.
Okay, you need an oven.
Right.
We're gonna set it to 350, and we're just gonna pop these in there for 350 for about 15 minutes, and we're just gonna rotate halfway through. I have some finished muffins for us to taste.
So excited.
They've cooled off a little, so they're ready to eat, and I want you to be the first to taste these.
I can try one?
Yeah, go ahead.
My job is so hard. So hard. This is a breakfast muffin?
This is breakfast. This is how we do breakfast here at Baked.